Good morning, class. This video is going to show you how to complete your value scale worksheet and how to submit it for full credit. What you want to do is go into today's folder and you want to find the value scale worksheet download. I'm going to click that. That's going to be your blank worksheet that you're going to fill out. Once you have it up on your screen, you're going to click the rectangular box with the arrow poking out of it at the top. Once I've done that, I want to hit Save Image so it saves it to my photos, so I can then upload it to my Sketchbook app. So now it's saved to my photos. I'm going to exit out, and then you're going to hit the Sketchbook app, which is the orange box with the pencil in the middle. You can find this in your student app portal. If you haven't already downloaded it, make sure you do so by the end of the video so you can complete your assignment. So now that I'm in the application, I want to go to the top bar. You can see me scrolling left and right. I want to find the rectangular box with the mountains and the plus sign at the top. I'm going to hit that, and what that does is upload a photo into the program. I'm going to hit all photos, and then I'm going to hit the worksheet. Now before you hit done, make sure you take 2 fingers and zoom in on the form so it's large and fits the frame of your screen, so it's easier to complete and easier for me to see your work. Once that's done, hit done. And what you now want to do is on the left, you can see all these icons. You can see the blue square cycling between all the icons. You want to select the pencil. So this is called the primary pencil. At the top, you can move this gray bar. You can see the circle getting larger and smaller. I'm going to select my pencil stroke at size 10 or 10.8. And then at the very bottom, you see this gray bar. It says the opacity. For the first couple boxes, I want the opacity to be at 30%. So I'm going to go to 30%. It's just jumped up to 32, but that's fine. So for hatching is straight parallel lines that go up and down or side to side. So I'm going to fill the second box with 1 layer of hatching lines. I'm actually even going to make my pencil a little thinner. I'm going to go to size 7. Cross hatching is when you use vertical parallel lines and horizontal. So you're not only going up and down, you're going side to side. So it kind of looks like a big tic-tac-toe grid or like a flannel pattern. Then you're going to go to stippling, which is basically a pointillism where you just keep creating dots all around the square. I do not expect you to fill the entire square. It would probably take you, 20 minutes per square to fill it in solid. Just spend about 10 seconds or so filling in the dots in each box. And then lastly, blending. Blending is going to be a smooth fade from one color to another. That one's going to be a little more difficult with this program, but I'll demonstrate that at the end. So going back to hatching, we left the first box, value 0, white. The second box, value 1, we tried to match to be the same light gray as the one above it. The second box, value 2, I want to, instead of just doing 1 layer of my vertical lines, I want to do a second layer. And you'll see this box gets just a little bit darker than the one before it. So basically what I'm looking for completion for this assignment is for each box to progressively get darker and darker, and then you're trying your best to match the one above it. Even my example is not perfect, as this program is not as strong as just doing it by hand on an actual worksheet, but it at least gives you the practice and it will allow you to demonstrate to me that you understand. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm not going to do the whole worksheet. I want you to view the completed worksheet example to see what a final one should look like. I'm just going to finish with the hatching, and then I'm going to show you the blending. So for the third box, I'll start writing it down here. For value 3, for each value number, just try to do that many number of layers. So I'm going to do 3 layers so that it's a little bit darker than the one before it. So, all right, now I'm going to go to value 4, and I'm going to go down and change my opacity now to 60 so that my pencil lines can get dark enough to match the box above it. So remember, I'm just going up and down for hatching. And now I'm going to go to value 5. I'm going to make this a little bit darker, just going straight up and down. I'm going to do 2 layers instead of 1. Maybe I'll do 3 layers. There you go. And then lastly, for the last box, I'm going to change my opacity just to 100% so it can be pure black. And you just want each, like I said before, each box to get progressively darker. All right, so this would be a good example of completing at least the hatching row for your assignment. Also make sure you write your name at the top. I'm gonna write Mr. G, so we know that's mine. And for the blending, I would again go down to opacity 30. I would start just going straight up and down, and then slowly bringing the opacity up to make it darker and darker. And again, this will probably be the most difficult because of the program. It's not nearly as easy as using your pencil on the actual worksheet. Now I'm gonna jump the opacity up to 75. Just keep having the opacity going up. Try to keep your lines closely spaced together. And then I'll go to opacity 100 so that it gets black. And to blend it, if you go down here to this smudge pen, you can use that to smear it. I'm not professional at this with this program yet. But if you take it and just kind of drag it side to side, you can kind of blend it together so it creates that fade. You kind of pull from right to left, left to right, so that it creates that fade, that blending technique. So pull some white into there, something like that. So that would be an appropriate completion for the blending technique. So you want to make sure that you do hatching again, which is just your straight lines up and down. Cross hatching, which is making your lines go vertical and horizontal. And stippling, which is the dots, where you make the dots in each square. Please let me know if you have any questions about the worksheet. I hope this was helpful. Once you're done, just take a screenshot of your work. I'll take a screenshot here, and then just submit it as an attachment to the completed worksheets assignment. So if I go do this real quick before I end the video, if I'm in Art 6, I'm gonna find Still Life Drawing. I'm gonna go to today's folder, and I'm going to hit the completed value scale, completed worksheets, I apologize. And then you just hit submissions, and then there should be a blue plus, and then you just attach the photo and send it. If you guys have any questions, please message me, and I look forward to seeing your completed projects so you can understand how to apply value to your final still life drawing. All right, bye guys.